Woke up. Wake you up. Wake that ass up.
Program your alarm to Power 105.1 on iHeartRadio.
Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious.
Wake that ass up.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Monday. How y'all feeling out there? I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Happy to be here. Another day to serve our beautiful listeners. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Freaking Jess Hilarious got traffic blocked for 2 blocks.
I just said that.
What are you talking about? Why?
Because you parked you jumped out your truck in the middle of the street.
Just
left your
New York.
keys.
First of all, that's not. Don't act like I'm on the run. That's what I do. I asked the security to park my car for me
But you kept
because
your
I wanted.
keys.
No, I didn't keep my keys. It's in a cup holder.
So world just jumped out her car.
Yo, when I said she got traffic backed up for 2 blocks, I'm not even joking.
I know. I just see that. I just said the video.
From where this radio station is,
I believe that.
2 blocks back, Mack truck, everybody blowing their horn. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Because I went up to the car. I thought she passed out.
Me too. I thought she was still in the car. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
She's not in the car. The car's just on. There's traffic at least 3 blocks down. You can't get around her, and your car's just there.
That's so crazy that he couldn't find the car key. It's literally in where it's supposed to be. It's just like a little slot in
But
it.
if it was in the cup holder, wouldn't it just drive?
Literally, yeah. That's why I'm like, I don't understand why he couldn't pull off with it. I don't have my key. I promise I don't got it. It's right there. It's in there.
Well, I know that looked crazy.
You know, that security guard is
Crazy.
old, so you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
He probably doesn't know. Yeah, he probably thinks he needs a key to start it, but you got traffic backed up at least 3 blocks.
Yo,
at least 3 blocks.
Why would you jump out in the middle of the street anyway? Why
You
would you
had
pull to the
time.
side?
Yo, it's no way. What do you mean pull to the side? It's still ice, like from the ground to the roof. He was right there. He got in the car, and he might have just got back out. I didn't leave my car in the middle of the street and come in here.
Just
I
ruining
waited for him
people
to get in
Monday.
it.
People trying to get to work.
Oh my god!
Just run to
You know
New
what
York.
I'm saying?
Shut up,
People
yo.
trying to get to work. You know what I mean?
Oh my
You
goodness.
know it's a game of inches in the morning. Every minute counts.
Whatever.
It just destroyed
You know
all
what
that.
I'm saying?
Yo, I'm sorry.
Damn.
It wasn't my fault. He
You
didn't see
should
the
never
key.
talk about the garbage truck ever again.
No,
That was worse than the garbage.
That
truck.
was worse than the garbage. At least you can see the garbage truck doing something.
It's
You
not.
just bounced.
It's not my fault.
Was there a car behind you when you jumped out?
No, nobody was behind me. And the
There's
security
a
guard.
bunch of them back there
The
now.
security guard met me right there. He
And then there
told
was
me have a
people
good day.
gathered around watching. I'm like, well, what the hell is
Come
happening?
on, gathering around my
I'm
truck
not even
watching.
joking.
No.
They was all looking, trying to figure out what's happening.
Sporting goods store.
Yes, it's 2 types, right? So you got House, you got Dick's Sporting Goods, and then you got Dick's House of Sports. Like the difference is, so House of Sports got like all the mini excursions in it, like rock climbing, batting cage, ice skating, and my husband took me to get fitted for some golf clubs, right? Golf clubs. And I didn't know that was a whole thing. Like you had to get fitted. Like
Yeah, size and all that, yeah.
I didn't know that, but he's really into it. And I got my first starter club yesterday.
Okay.
He treated me to some golf clubs.
Congratulations.
He golfs.
Oh, okay.
And now I'm just starting to get into it. So I was very excited about it, y'all.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, salute to all the dance dads out there. Dance has officially started. My daughters were out in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Salute to everybody I seen out there.
Listen, London killed it. I'm sorry.
That was Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn.
That was
Okay,
Brooklyn.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
That was Brooklyn.
Killed it.
Brooklyn, yeah, they both killed it this week and had a great time. This was their first performance for their new dances, so this was the first time I see it. I have this thing where I don't go to any of their rehearsals. I drop them off and leave because I don't want to see it until they're dressed.
Yeah.
They have their costume on. Everything is like legit, so I had a great time. So salute to all the dance dads out there.
That's
Charlamagne.
crazy. That was my first time ever seeing her dance. Like, I know you talk about it all the time, but you don't never really post it. Yo, she
She gets busy.
Yes.
No, they take
I
it serious.
love it.
They practice 6 days a week, about 4 or 5 hours a day, and
that
they
down.
want to do it. It's not like I'd be like,
I
nah,
can
let's take a
tell.
rest. They're like, nah, I like this. So
I can tell.
whatever keeps them away from boys and
Yeah.
going to the mall
Yeah.
and go to dance all
That
day.
was
So I love
fire.
it. What about your week, Charla?
I was on the couch having a great time.
Having a great time.
My favorite thing to do on this planet is nothing. Okay, I watched all of Wonder Man. I got to binge watch all of Wonder Man on Disney Plus. I watched the fights this weekend. This was a great weekend.
All right.
Watched a little bit of the Grammys last night, just a tad.
Yeah, I fell asleep.
Just a tad bit.
It was so long, but
Yeah.
I watched it too.
All right, well, let's get the show cracking. Omar Epps will be joining us this morning.
Hey, AQ.
Yeah, he came with our director, is it Yelena Popovic?
Yelena Popovic and
Popovic.
Akkeem Berry Sr., they got a new movie called Moses the Black. It actually came out this past weekend, so they'll be here to talk to us all about it.
All right, we'll get into that in a little bit, so don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page
I'll
news.
tell you one thing, it ain't ain't nothing like getting an email that says your FICO score went up. Okay,
Hey,
right. And my score is pretty high.
That's
I
right.
love them emails
Man,
too.
God
Absolutely.
is good. All right.
Well, let's start off with boxing over the weekend. Shakur Stevenson beat Teofimo Lopez.
Damn.
Man,
Did you watch the fight?
What did I? What a great fight card, man. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Watching Shushu. Bruce, he got busy. Keyshawn Davis is a killer. Dropping a clues bomb for Keyshawn Davis. He's a killer. And yeah, Shakur worked over Teofimo.
That's right.
Who
Great-
wig
great
fell
card.
off? Who was that?
Jarrell
The
Miller.
wig? Oh, all right, yeah.
Big
Jarrell
baby.
Miller. Yeah, Big Baby.
Big baby.
Yeah,
Okay,
his
okay,
wig
cool.
flew off.
He ate that.
He had no
threw it.
choice.
Yeah,
he
he
had
ripped it
to,
off and
you
threw it
know.
off. What's up, Mimi?
Good morning, MB, Jess, Charlamagne. How y'all doing this morning?
Hey, girl,
Black
hey.
and highly favored. Peace, Mimi Brown.
Good morning. So we start this morning with a government shutdown already underway and no clear deal yet to end it. So House Speaker Mike Johnson says he expects the House to pass a funding package by Tuesday, even if Republicans have to do it without Democratic support. Let's listen to why he thinks that's possible.
We're going to demonstrate once again that this is the party that takes governing seriously. The Democrats play games with this, and I think it's very unfortunate because what they're doing is they're jeopardizing services to the American people. Some of these conditions and requests that they've made are obviously reasonable and should happen, but the mask, for example, the additional judicial requirement for a warrant would be a whole other layer of effectively bureaucracy. Remember, the immigration judges have already issued warrants, and that's what the ICE officials are acting upon.
So we're going to talk about those masks that a lot of Americans have had enough of. We're going to get back to that in a second. But right now, the shutdown is partial. Most federal agents, they are still operating, but workers could miss paychecks if this shutdown carries on. Now, at the center of this fight is immigration enforcement and funding for the Department of Homeland Security. The Senate, they passed a short-term funding plan that would keep most of the government open, while Congress, it gives them 2 weeks to negotiate changes to DHS and to ICE. But House Democrats say they won't back it unless there are stronger limits on immigration enforcement. And let's get into what the House Democrats think about those masks. Here is Minority Leader Akkeem Jeffries.
What is clear is that the Department of Homeland Security needs to be dramatically reformed. We share that view, as does Leader Schumer and Senate Democrats, in a variety of different ways. Body cameras should be mandatory. Masks should come off. Judicial warrants should absolutely be required, consistent with the Constitution, in our view, before DHS agents or ICE agents are breaking into the homes of the American people or ripping people out of their cars. We need to make sure that there are complete and independent investigations so that when ICE or DHS agents break the law, they are held accountable.
Well, Johnson says ICE wouldn't stop operating even if DHS funding fails because the agency, they already received billions of dollars earlier this year. But other DHS agencies would fill it. We talked about this a little bit last week. TSA at the airports, FEMA, which is responding to those winter storms right now. And President Trump, he's also backing Johnson's strategy and says he wants this shutdown resolved quickly. Although those negotiations remain. So for now, the shutdown continues with federal workers, travelers, and disaster response agencies caught in the middle. And we'll see what happens as lawmakers race to avoid a longer disruption. So with the government shutdown.
Some people just can't catch a break. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, for sure. And some good news this morning. That 5-year-old boy whose detention sparked national outrage, he's back home in Minnesota. Liam Ramos, he was released this weekend along with his father after the two were held for days in an immigration facility in Texas. Now, their case, it drew widespread attention after images of Liam wearing that blue hat and carrying that Spider-Man backpack. It went viral. A federal judge ordered their release and criticized the administration of how they handled the case and questioned the treatment of children. Now, the family's attorneys say they came here responsibly, legally in 2023. They've been following all the immigration rules, and they never should have been detained in the first place. Now, this comes as Minnesota, where a federal judge has declined to block the Trump administration's large-scale immigration enforcement operation known as Operation Metro Surge. Now, the judge did acknowledge that there is strong evidence that surge that we're seeing in Minneapolis with all of the federal agents on the ground, about 3,000 of them, that is having an impact on the community, including disrupted schools, strained emergency systems, and concerns about racial profiling. But she ruled that those concerns were not enough to legally shut down the operation. So Minnesota officials, they say that they will continue to fight this. Front Page News has an interview later this week, with some of the officials in Minnesota. And so we'll ask them about this, what plans that they continue to take, what legal options they have on this. And we'll get back to you when we have some more answers on that.
All right. Thank you, Mimi.
Thank you, Mimi.
All right. Coming up at 7, there's a massive new drop on those Epstein files, and we'll tell you what is in them and why they're still raising eyebrows this morning.
All right. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. Let us know how your weekend was. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on the Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, good morning, Breakfast Club. How you doing? This is Anthony from Baltimore.
What's
Good
up,
morning,
brother?
shorty.
Get it off your chest.
Hey, man, it's cold. It's cold as I don't know what outside, man.
Yes, it is.
But but I was calling because I watched the Grammys last night, man, and I ain't watched it in years.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt that they got all that stuff right, man. They was able to give Kehlani a Grammy.
Yes,
You know, my man from
Leon Thomas.
Leon Thomas.
Leon Thomas. They got the Clips a Grammy.
Yep.
Only thing I was mad about, they didn't give Jid a Grammy, man.
Well, no, I didn't want, and I love Jid album, but Jid album didn't deserve to win that category. I felt like I wanted to see the Clips.
He wasn't.
I wanted to see the Clips win that category, but you can't be mad at Kendrick though.
This was I was confused. I thought he won 5 Grammys last year for that album. No,
Who you talking about,
No,
Kendrick?
he won for Not Like Us.
Oh, just a single.
Yeah,
okay.
the single, yep. Yeah, but it was an excellent Grammys, man. I appreciate that last night.
That was good. I was happy for the
Absolutely,
Clips. I was
man.
happy for Kendrick.
Who won album of the year? I went to bed. Who won album
Bad
of the
Bunny.
year?
I don't know.
Oh,
Bad
okay.
Bunny, yeah.
Bad Bunny won album of the year.
Yep.
Dope.
But that's all I called to say, man. Y'all have a good day.
You too,
See
brother.
ya.
I even like the performances, even the artists I didn't know.
Yeah,
I like the performance.
Man, they killed it. Lady Gaga killed it. You
I
didn't
didn't
see
see
it,
Lady
did you?
Gaga.
Man, she killed it. She's so artsy. She's such a phenom. Yo, she did everything. She was dancing. She was she sung opera. The song that she sung was Abracadabra, so that's like opera. She played all the instruments, and she did all of that while wearing Martin Mama's the bird cage.
The bird cage.
Remember
Oh,
the
she had a
bird?
bird cage,
She
yeah.
she performed the whole time with that on.
I was confused because I thought Lady Gaga opened the show with Bruno Mars, and then that turned around and that was amazing.
No, that's
That's
not
Asian one.
it.
My
Lady
kids love that
Gaga's not
song.
even Asian.
I swear I thought that was Lady Gaga. At first.
No. And who was the girl group that had, I thought it was a K-pop group, but it's like
I don't know. My
I don't
kids
know.
love them.
no, they love
Yeah, I
that.
don't
My
know
kid
them
was
either.
dancing. My daughter was doing all the
Yeah,
dances.
they
and
was
stuff.
killing it, but I don't know them though.
Me neither. They love my kids lost it when that came on.
What?
They just happened to be running back and forth through the house, and then that popped up on the Grammys, and they stopped in their tracks.
That's what's up.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Jack from New Jersey.
Jack from Jersey. What's up? Get it off your chest, Jack.
Yeah, man, I'm just calling to spread love, man. Charlamagne, what's up? Jess, what's up?
Peace,
What's
King. How you
going
doing,
on?
my brother?
You walking? You good?
Now, listen, Envy, I used to see you in the club sometimes. I used to make music. I don't do it no more, though,
Okay.
because I want to spread a positive message. And I always hear y'all shout out the truck drivers out there in the world. And I'm a school bus driver.
Okay.
Hey,
And-
appreciate
and,
you.
And we carry the most precious cargo in the world.
Yes, y'all do.
You right.
Appreciate you
Well,
for
shout out
that.
to all the bus drivers out there. I know them kids drive you crazy
I
sometimes.
know.
Now, I love kids, man, so it's all good. You got to know how to handle them, you know?
Okay.
I
We
think
superior to children. As long as you showing love and you giving good energy, they're not going to feel that vibe from you.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you, too. And listen, if anybody going through something out there, man, put God first. See it through, man. We all go through trials and tribulations. Nobody is exempt from that.
that's right.
I appreciate that, brother.
You be safe on them roads.
All right? Y'all have a blessed one.
Peace,
too
King.
now. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up right now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Ray.
Yo, Charlamagne, Envy, what up? Are we live?
This is your time to get it off your chest.
I got an indoor pool, an outdoor pool.
We want to hear from you on the Breakfast Club.
We can get on the phone right now. He'll tell you what it is. We live?
Hello, who's this?
Good morning. This is Jada G. What's up, Envy?
What's up, Jada? Get it off your
Jess
chest.
Charlamagne.
Good morning,
Peace,
girl.
Jada G.
Yes. Okay, so what I want to get off my chest this morning is I'm tired of all of these people who are coming for Jay-Z. a.k.a. Sean Corey Carter. I'm tired of it. It's like y'all are hell-bent on seeing this man being taken down. Mm-hmm. And all he's ever given us is black excellence. Him and his black wife with his black children, giving back to the black community and doing nothing but great things for black people in the industry and above. Like, I'm tired of it. Get off of him. He ain't got nothing that's going to take him down. And as our own people, we shouldn't even want to see him taken down. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, I think that is weird when people be like, oh, he next. Yeah, that is weird. You shouldn't even want to see that.
It's like real crazy. And wait a minute. One more thing. Jess, I know your birthday coming up because you're an Aquarius like me.
Yes,
Shout out to the Aquarius season.
Yeah.
Period. My son's birthday was yesterday, so I'm giving a shout out to my son. He just turned 18. He will be graduating high school this year.
Happy belated birthday, young fella.
Yes. Oh wait, and one more thing. Get off my chest. I'm tired of Nikki. She posted up something last night, and I woke up and I seen it, and she got a picture of Jay-Z with Aaliyah, and then Jay-Z with Beyonce at young ages. And she's doing all this posting, but she's not posting her husband and her brother. Yeah, let's get to it.
Yeah, let's get to it.
She woke up with violence this morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I woke up. Listen, I went to sleep early last night because I'm a teacher, so I got like a lot of rest. I'm real rested. I went to sleep at 8:00. Yeah, I'm on go.
That's some good sleep.
Yeah, I know your students love you.
They don't even know what they're in for today. I'm gonna go.
That's some good sleep right there.
But I want to say, Charlamagne,
yes, ma'am.
Are you having the Black Effect podcast this year?
Of course, we having the Black Effect Podcast Festival. It'll be in Atlanta.
Because I came last year. Mm-hmm. I came last year and I was sitting with your people because I said I was your cousin because we all cousins and we black and stuff. And then you had left. The security left. But I'm just saying, let me put my bid in. Charlamagne, you should let me host it. Because them hosts last year, they was cute, but you need Jada G.
I forgot who hosted it last year. Who hosted it last year?
Me too. That's the point.
No, I can't remember. I really can't remember.
You know my producer who I work with on Conversations on Film. Shout out to Shatik, Beats on Film.
Okay. Who?
Shatik.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, it's crazy.
We was in the building last year. We gonna
see y'all this year too.
Somebody hit you with a yeah. They usually lying.
Black Effect Podcast Festival.
Yeah, he be lying. Exactly, Envy. Stop lying, Envy. Don't do that.
Nah, I'm gonna see you this year though.
Don't do that. I'm gonna see you this year too, and you need to let me be there on the stage. I'm coming. I drove all the way to Atlanta last year.
Oh man, thank you.
And did boots on the ground.
You know what? I'm gonna make sure you get tickets, man.
Period.
Eddie, put her on hold. No, I'm saying I'm gonna make sure you get tickets.
That's what's up.
I got you. That's the least I can do. Eddie, put her on hold. We're gonna take information, and so when we announce everything, I'm gonna make sure you get straight.
You sit. Make sure you sit next to Charlamagne the whole night.
Absolutely.
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay. All right. When we come back, we got the latest with Loren. She's in LA. She was at the Grammys last night.
Boots on the ground.
Hey y'all, I'm here, but I was not at the Grammys. I am in LA though, but we'll talk about the Grammys.
Oh damn.
And lack thereof us being there.
Oh wow. Okay. Damn, everybody's waking up on violence this morning.
They tried it. That is crazy.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Yeah, I'm not dumbing myself down. I'm being myself.
Sources first.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything and everything.
Little brown girls look at you and go, I want to be like you.
Take me through that. Take me through that.
Where's she going?
The latest with Loren
Take me through
LoRosa
that. Take me through that.
on the Breakfast Club.
LL Cool Band.
Talk to me.
Oh my God.
Take us through that, Lo.
Now her intro say,
Low.
I'm not dumbing it down. I'm just being myself.
Sorry, y'all. I'm here. Hello.
No, thank you.
We were having
It's nice of you to join the class.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Be quiet. Hi, y'all. Did you already cue me in?
Yes, we cued you in.
You did the intro and everything.
All right, y'all. All right, so listen. I'm here in LA. The Grammy Awards went down yesterday here at the Crypto Arena. We were not actually there in attendance. We were told prior to us breaking an exclusive about D'Angelo's son not being invited to the Grammys that it was too last minute, that I reached out too last minute. And then after I was connected with the CEO's team, we were told that we were waiting on an outlet to potentially drop out, that they would try and make accommodations, and then they just went ghost. We heard nothing.
That's crazy.
I came anyway because I was like, if they do end up calling and figuring it out, I would rather be here than in Jersey trying to get on a flight.
Well,
so I'm here.
You'll be there next year.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. You know, God makes room when it's time to make room.
There
and
you go.
we had impact at the Grammys regardless. When people saw that Michael Archer Jr., who was Suavo Twain, D'Angelo's son, that he was there on the carpet. People were literally texting me like, he's here, we're interviewing him. So I felt like we had presence. You know what I mean? Yes. So let's get into the show, and then we'll get to the in memoriam as well. So last night, Trevor Noah hosted the 68th Grammy Awards, and he kicked it off with some jokes, as he does all the time. He took a shot at Nicki Minaj. Let's take a listen.
Every single person here, John Legend, Billie Eilish, Phineas, Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here. She is still at the White House with Donald Trump discussing very important issues. Actually, Nicki, I have the biggest ass. I have it. Everybody's saying it, Nicki. I know they say it's you, but it's me. Wop, wop, wop. Look at it. Look at it, baby.
That was actually more of a shot at Trump than it was at, Nicki.
Yeah.
Because saying that Nicki wasn't at the Grammys is an actual fact. The fact that the crowd cheered had nothing to do with Trevor Noah.
Yeah.
Like the crowd cheered and was happy that she wasn't there. All he did was state the obvious.
It was a stab. It was a stab at both of them. He said they were discussing important issues like whose ass is fatter. That's a stab.
But wop, wop, wop is funny. That's a Cardi song. That's just hilarious. That he decided to do that.
And Nicki Minaj got active right away on her ex. She shot back at Trevor Noah, and she says Trevor refuses to come out the closet when everyone in the industry knows his boyfriend allegedly.
Oh my God!
Why do they love the weaponized
sexuality?
Like that's the go-to every time.
Yeah.
He never came out though. I thought it was. I'm sorry. I thought he was knowledgeable.
I thought Trevor Noah had hoes.
Me too. I didn't know
that. What you talking about? I thought. And Amy talking about, I thought it was knowledgeable. You ain't never heard that in your life.
Maybe I just heard her say it.
Exactly. You heard her say that last night. Now all of a sudden, I thought it was knowledgeable. Something you heard 6 hours ago.
I could have
cut it out, man.
I could have sworn, but I don't know.
You couldn't have sworn nothing.
Listen, your barb is coming out. We got to keep going.
That was ridiculous.
So Trevor Noah, at one point in the show, as he's like going into like opening monologues and awards, he finds Kendrick Lamar in the audience, and he has some funny things to say about the Kendrick and Drake beef. Let's take a listen.
Welcome back to the most nominated artist of the year, Mr. Kendrick Lamar, everybody. That's right. 9 nominations this year. Congratulations. And that is all I'm going to say. Congratulations. I actually thought about writing a few jokes, roasting you. But then I remembered what you can do to light-skinned dudes from other countries.
That was a good one.
Me and my delegation are still recovering from the pain.
You should have said light-skinned biracial dudes from other countries. Don't forget the biracial. That's very important.
Yeah, you would have threw that in there real quick. But I thought that was funny.
That was a good one. That was a good one. I like that one.
Yes. And last night, talking about making history, Kendrick Lamar became the most awarded rapper in Grammy history with 27 total wins, surpassing Jay-Z's record of 25.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, very, very well deserved. I did want the Clips to win Rap Album of the Year. Right? I wanted them to win that category just for the plot, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, the Drake D-Riders, Kendrick winning, they numb to that. But, the Clips winning would have really hurt them, right?
Yeah.
But I thought Let God Sort 'Em Out was a phenomenal album. But you can't be mad at GNX.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And then the Grammy that the Clips won, Kendrick was on that record too.
Whips and Chains.
Yes. For Whips and Chains. And so the Clips then, they performed at the Grammys, but they on the red carpet had a conversation about the fact that they had actually already won, but they were winners before they even walked into the crypto arena. Let's take a listen to the Clips on the red carpet.
We already took one home for best rap performance, so really happy about that. Chains and Whips, shout out Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, we've already won for the night.
Just feels great, and starting the night off right already with one win. Just feels really good. Chains and Whips. Of course, shout out to Kendrick. It's just been a great night so far.
Pharrell, how you feeling?
Grateful to be here with my brothers. This one for Virginia. It's for the 757. Everybody that feels the way that we feel, and I'm gonna say the restoration of East Coast ambition in terms of music and sound.
Kendrick got to get into hip hop heaven, right? Because Kendrick got the Clips their first Grammy, and he got Lefty Gunplay Grammy. Drop on a clues bomb for all the hip hop Latinos in Los Angeles. You got to get into hip hop heaven for that, right?
Yeah, that was fire.
GNX was a no-skip album. It's a no-skip album. You don't have to skip any
GNX
songs on the album. Yes, but shout out to my cousins, Big Push and Mel Mel.
Salute to the 757. I'm so happy for them, man. They
I think
deserve
Skills
it.
won a Grammy
Skills
too.
won too. Skills won a
Drop
Grammy
on
too.
the clues bombs for Skills. He won a best spoken word or something like that.
Best spoken word. Yeah, he won for that too. Yeah.
Now let's take a listen because speaking of Kendrick, so Kendrick and SZA won Best Record for Luther, and Cher, who has not been on a big stage, a stage like the Grammys in some time, presented the award, and she accidentally presented it to Luther Vandross because the song was Luther.
Shut up.
Let's take a listen. To be fair, Cher was so vulnerable. Go ahead, play it.
And the Grammy goes to... Oh! They told me it was going to be on the prompter. Oh, the Grammy goes to Luther Vandross!
Drop on the clues bombs for Cher.
She didn't even say Luther Vandross. She said Luther Vandross.
Yeah. Even Kendrick Lamar, like, he looked around, like, 'cause they knew what she meant, but he looked like, wait, she said Luther Vandross. But she meant to say the song, but she was a little thrown off. It's been some time.
But the song is Luther. It's not even Luther Vandross.
No, that was probably her friend, you know.
But Kendrick Lamar.
Come up and win it and
she
come accept the
was
award.
so excited to see the name, like, wait, where Luther at?
That's dope, though. I can't wait to get that old. I don't even know if my friend's dead or not.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
Oh my God. Kendrick Lamar and SZA and the team then came on stage to accept the award. Let's take a listen to them.
It's one of my favorite artists of all time. They granted us the privilege to do our version of it. When we got that clearance, I promise you, we damn near all dropped a tear. We know how much him and Charlamagne poured into that record. And being able to put our vocals of it, it proves that we were somewhat worthy to be just as great. They said no cursing though. And we say, you know what? We're going to do just that. No cursing, and we're going to make sure that this song represents love. So I want to appreciate and give thanks to SZA.
I just want to say thank you to Kendrick for lifting me up. But what I really wanted to say is, please don't fall into despair right now. It's a scary time. I know the algorithms tell us that it's so scary and all is lost. There's been world wars, there's been plagues, and we have gone on. We need to trust each other and trust ourselves, trust your heart. We're not governed by the government, we're governed by God. And I thank you so much.
Ooh, I like that. I didn't see that. I didn't see when they won. So
that was later in the show.
You probably was asleep right there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, look, we have to wrap this hour, but in the next latest, we still have a little bit more Grammy things because we have some more acceptance speeches that I think you guys are going to want to hear, but also that D'Angelo and Roberta Flack tribute by Miss Lauryn Hill went down seamlessly. Yes. It was like, it was, oh my God, it was playing so well, and we have some exclusive details around that I'll be bringing you guys in the next latest.
I just like seeing everybody giving all glory to God, man. You know what I'm saying? SZA, that was incredible. I loved what Jelly Roll did. Okay, that's why I didn't like when Bad Bunny said, before I say thank God. Like, no, always thank God first. Always put God first. Don't you ever in your life, as long as you brown, Bad Bunny, put God second. Okay, you thank God first, then you say what you got to say.
That's right.
You have to get ice out.
No. You don't say before I thank God. You give all praises due to God first.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ice must have been outside. He like, hold on.
Well, the only person gonna really protect you in those situations is God.
Yeah.
All right, well, that is the latest. When we come back, we got front page news, so don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get back to some front page news. This weekend, Shakur Stevenson beat Ciofalo Lopez. Unanimous decision. I didn't see the fight. How was the fight?
Man, it was fantastic. The whole fight card was fantastic, okay? Salute to Shushu. Bruce. What's Bruce's last name? Carrington, right? Bruce Carrington. He got busy.
What unanimous mean? Is it a tie?
No. I mean,
my God.
Majority of the
Just shut up and tell me what it mean, nigga. What it
majority
mean?
of the judges said he won.
No, I mean everybody.
No, everybody said he
all
won.
the judges said he won.
Okay.
And yo,
119-109 was the scorecard.
Salute to Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn is a killer, and Keyshawn got an evilness about him that I like. Like, he come to the ring like the Joker almost. Like, I'm gonna snatch your soul. He look like, I'm about to say he look like an evil Lakeith Stanfield, but Lakeith Stanfield look evil too.
Yeah, he did.
But yes, Keyshawn got busy. Salute to Keyshawn and salute to Shakur, man. It was a great fight card. I mean, fantastic from top to bottom.
Yep, and also the 2026 All-Star teams have been selected. Yes, LeBron James is on the Western team. He's just not a starter. So he's on the Western Conference team, but he's just not a starter. All right? That's what everybody seemed like they were looking for. What's up, Mimi?
Good morning, Envy. Jess, Charlamagne. How y'all doing this Monday morning?
Peace, Mimi
morning.
Good morning. So we started this hour with a major new release of the Jeffrey Epstein files and questions about whether this is really the end of the investigation. So the Justice Department, they released about 3 million documents, along with 2,000 videos and roughly 180,000 images, all tied to Epstein's crimes and the investigation around them. It's the largest batch made public so far under that Epstein's File Transparency Act. And the newly released material includes records from Epstein's time in custody, documents related to his death, and the investigation files connected to his longtime associate Ghislaine Maxwell. She's now serving that 20-year prison sentence for helping traffic and groom underage girls. Now, the Trump administration says this release now marks the end of its review, aside from some limited court-approved exceptions that it said it will work on if the court tells them to. But Democrats, they say this is far from over, that this is not the end of it. Lawmakers, they said they are pushing for transparency, and they argue that there are still more than 6 million Epstein-related records that have only been released, and they said there's still half of those that still need to be released. They say too many documents remain withheld or heavily redacted, and they want clearer answers about why that is missing. Let's listen to California Congressman Rocana on that.
They've released, at best, half the documents, but even those shock the conscience of this country. And there is a demand for elite accountability. But the survivors' lawyers that I've talked to have said that the survivors are still upset and they want to make sure the rest of the files come out. There's some people who committed crimes, and that needs to be looked at. And we need to understand who were some of the associates of Jeffrey Epstein. Those names haven't come out. In fact, they were covered up. We need to understand who may have abused or raped underage girls. But then there's a broader issue, and that is that there are rich and powerful people who may not have committed a crime, but who are emailing Jeffrey Epstein well after he's a pedophile, talking about going to his island, talking about wanting to participate in wild parties.
You know, that's what I don't understand, right? Like, they put out the documents, that are heavily redacted. And if the files do come out, and what's going to happen? I see names like Bill Gates floating around, and Elon Musk, and Prince Andrew. What's going to happen to those individuals? It seems like all of those individuals are too big to fail anyway. So, what's the point?
Yes, Charlotte, that's a very good point, including, you said, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Richard Branson, a Google co-founder. There were a lot of names in this last batch, and a lot of people have been asking, so what happens next? I mean, if we get the unredacted files, what is going to happen? So investigators say that any new criminal charges would depend on what, if anything, emerges from the remaining material. But, who knows if we'll ever get that. Again, the Justice Department says that they're done releasing any information. You've got more than 3 million files this last batch. And so they said that they're finished. But you're right. To your point, what is going to happen, especially with these very rich and powerful men who seem to all be in cahoots together to make sure that this information doesn't come out.
But Rocana said something important, too. I mean, even if some of these people aren't implicated in any crimes, they were emailing with, Jeffrey Epstein well after the fact of people knowing that he was a pedophile.
Yeah.
Which is wild to stand on, because, there's a lot of people who still communicate with folks like that.
Exactly. But is that a crime, though? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's maybe morally wrong, but can you charge them with a crime for emailing if you have no proof? You know what I mean? If there's nothing to solidify that they actually, committed an act, a criminal act.
Absolutely.
So we will continue to see what happens with these Epstein files. And we talked about this briefly on Friday, and there's an update this morning. So journalists Don Lemon and Georgia Fort, they have been released from federal custody after being arrested while covering that anti-ICE protest at a church in Minnesota. Now, both say that they were there to report and not to protest, and deny doing any wrongdoing. Now, a federal judge earlier had refused to approve their arrests in the first place, saying there was no evidence of criminal behavior, and lawyers for both journalists say that they plan to fight the charges. Now, the arrests are sparking a wider conversation. Killer Mike, he was asked about it on the Grammys red carpet last night, and let's listen to what he had to say.
In this country, you have a First Amendment right. You have the right for free speech. You have the right for religion. You have the right to assemble, and you have the right to protest government. According to your First Amendment, hold on to that in the way you clutch your religious books. There have been times when me and Don have not agreed. That has not stopped the relationship and the friendship. I believe that brother loves and respects the people and his people. With that said, I was appalled to see him arrested, but I was proud as I was of Uncle Luke when he got arrested in the 90s, fighting for our First Amendment rights. I was as proud as when I read about Frederick Douglass had to fight for our rights, or Sojourner Truth, or Harriet Tubman, or Lucy Carson. So he is in the tradition of blacks that have fought and Americans that have fought in this country for our rights, and we should be right in tow with him right now.
Absolutely. This is not about Don Lemon. You know, sometimes people get caught up in the person. You know what I mean? Like, don't get caught up in the person. Get caught up in the injustice. And injustice anywhere, the threat to justice everywhere. You know, what happened to them was an absolute injustice. Like, you cannot just wipe your ass with the Constitution in that way.
Mm-hmm. Very, very, very true. And so journalists everywhere, you know, are actually taking a stand. I saw it all over my timeline last week, and it continues to be a wider conversation this morning. And I'm sure, you know, this whole week and while we watch this play out. So we'll continue to watch that. And speaking of updates, we have another one involving Nicki Minaj and some clarity from the White House. So after Nicki posted online about receiving that Trump gold card, a White House official now says that was not a legal visa and described it as a gold-colored memento. It is not a document that provides residency or a path to citizenship, despite what Nicki may have claimed online. That comes as she spent last night talking, posting heavily about the Grammys, not about the awards, but about politics, power, and people she wants to hold accountable in the music industry. And many of those posts, of course, they included political attacks and broad accusations that were not backed or court verified. And there was a moment where the host, Trevor Noah, he joked about Minaj, her ties to Donald Trump. I know Lauren's going to break that down later in the latest. But after Minaj, she referenced Lizzo online during one of her rants online, and Lizzo came forward and weighed in. Let's listen to what she had to say.
Is you're about to see an influx of people who see that it is more profitable and more beneficial to join that side. This is Trump's first year as president. We got 3 more years of people who are going to surprise you, and it's going to hurt your feelings, and it's going to disappoint you. There's money behind everything. There are privileges behind every move people in these positions make. I'm not surprised.
I don't think it's more profitable and beneficial to join that side. Like, where is the evidence of that?
Yeah.
Like, where is the evidence of that for people who are not in, like, the top 0.00001% of wealth in this country? Like, where's the evidence of that? Melania Trump movie just flopped this weekend, and she's the first lady.
Caught a huge break.
But maybe it's not the money, but maybe it's like the privilege, you know, that comes with it. Or, you know, while the rest of us are dodging ICE or our family members are being deported, maybe there's some sort of protection. I mean, who knows? You know, I think that's maybe what she's trying to imply is that, you know, so we'll
and
see.
then money,
And
right?
really,
I mean, she got to be getting paid like something.
That was crazy too, Mimi. You said Lizzo weighed in. I don't know why you would do that.
That is so
I caught that
crazy.
too. I caught that too.
you like my double entendre there?
I don't know why you would do
Lizzo
that.
waiting.
All right. Now, when we come back, Omar, Epps, director Yelena, Popovic, and Akkeem Berry Sr. will be joining us. The new movie, Moses the Black, is in theaters now, and we're going to talk to them next, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got some special guests in the building. The new movie, Moses the Black, is in theaters right now. We have Omar, Epps, director Yelena, Popovic, and Akkeem Berry Sr. Good morning.
Good morning.
How y'all feeling, first and foremost?
Good.
Good. We feeling good.
Very good.
Nice.
Thank you for having us.
Happy to have y'all, man. Moses the Black. Now, I know Moses was a real person. I did a little research. He was a 4th century saint.
Yeah.
Right? Whose journey went from, like, violence to deep spiritual transformation. Who was he?
He was, I think he was like the real Robin Hood. In real life. Because even when he was on his, let's say, path of darkness, he was truly taking care of his community, you know, giving to the poor and things of that nature. And he came to an impasse in his life where he realized he had to become the change he was seeking, which is parallel to the character that I play, Malik. He finds himself at a similar place. So the film explores those type of themes, obviously in a contemporary setting. And
how do you translate that, like, real life arc into a modern crime drama?
Well, that's Yelena who wrote the film beautifully. But you should speak to that.
Should I elaborate on that? Yeah, well, what could I just say first what really drew me? I really fell in love with the saint because of his incredible courage and humility. I mean, this is the man who was all the way on one side. He was a notorious gang leader that was known for his brutal violence. People were feared of him. And basically, he not only abandons at the moment when you heed the light within, you know, not only that he abandons the ways, but he goes on this journey of a true freedom that achieves the fruits that this true freedom bore through a lot of repentance and ascetic work was this basically ability to face martyrdom with joy. And that to me was like, this was an incredible man. That heart must have been amazing even before his conversion, you know, to have that kind of courage to say, I lived by the sword, now I'm going to die by the sword. And this is for me, this is the way I want to go, and I want to glorify my Lord and Savior in that way. So this is something that really kind of grabbed me. So I thought about this for a long time, and I was trying to put a story together in a 4th century. But for some reason, whether you call it writer's block or whatever, something was not quite there. I felt like it wouldn't do justice to the saint until I had epiphany. I was on an island of Evia, and I saw literally Chicago, Grandma. I saw scenes of the movie in front of my eyes.
Wow.
And I said to myself, and I no, and I said to myself,
she said no.
She was sober. She was sober.
No, I was sober, but maybe you're not sober when you're in the prayer. Maybe that's the meditation, you know. So what happens was like, you know, I said, okay, now I have a movie, but then I was like, oh great, but what do I know about Chicago and the gang life? And that's where I knew that if I wanted to do the justice to this incredible saint, I had to go to Chicago, and by the providence of God, I believe I met this incredible gentleman, Reginald Akkeem Berry, whom I went to respectfully to ask a blessing if I can make a movie like this, if this movie would help his community. And I can have him give you a little bit of a story of how that happened. I mean, without him, this wouldn't have happened.
Well, facts of the matter is, a great friend of mine, Alex Picios, who was the head of Cinespace, she obviously had got in contact with him, and he told her if she really wants the real deal, you know, to contact me. And to be real with you, I was just going to have lunch just to be cordial and blow this white lady off.
Get her out of here.
Yeah,
right.
And so, again, during our lunch, you know, she had some real interesting things to say. And when she mentioned that she wanted to get the essence of Chicago and the street life, you know, I thought that was a great opportunity also for me to speak about the street life. You know, it's not just as easy as people put it out there as guys that wake up one morning, you want to be a gang member, you want to sell drugs, you want to get killed. That's not unfold, you know. Speaking from a personal perspective, you know, I am a preacher's son. And so I was raised in the Baptist church, you know, to say that you don't need nothing material here. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be in poverty until you get in heaven, then you're going to have a street of gold. I'm like, well, listen, my next door neighbor getting money. You know what I'm saying? He's wearing brand new shoes. I got holes in the bottom of my mind, you know? And so it's a fight or flight. You dig what I'm saying? So over the years, I rose through the ranks of the Four Corner Hustlers and became the chief myself. And during that time right there, again, we was what they call Negro rich, you know, but when they come kick that dough in, you know what I'm saying, all that money went to the lawyer, you understand me, and I got 18 years in the penitentiary. And so while I was ruminating in the state's only Supermax called Tams, I had an epiphany, you know, how I need to change my life, because a whole lot of people, now that I've risen to the top echelon of this organization, perhaps I can introduce change and bring it back to where the founders had it, when they was giving breakfast and daycare and that sort of thing, you know. And so when I was emancipated in 2006, I started an organization called Saving Our Sons. And through those works there, you know what I'm saying, me and Alex became like brothers from another mother. And, you know, having met Yelena, you know, we put some things down on paper, and the rest is history.
I think a lot of what I saw in the movie, too, we were talking about this earlier, was the message that there's already power in you, but you might not recognize it at a point. And that we all need something to bring us up out of that. And for a lot of us, especially Black community-wise, it is religion that we turn to that helps us kind of like figure that out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because, you know, whether you're religious or not, when we use these words like faith, and when we use words like redemption, people always attribute them to religion or spirituality. But there's a different angle as well. Even if you're a science-based thinker, you got to have faith in the unknown.
In something.
Your all of your things are hypotheses because you weren't here a million years ago to say this carbon, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And when we use words like redemption, if you you wanted to lose weight, you started working out in a diet, and then you kind of went off. You put back on some pounds. When you're on your road back, like, let me get back on my dime. That's a form of redemption. You're redeeming yourself. If you did somebody wrong, when you come and you humble, you apologize, my bad. That's a form of redemption. So I'm only saying that to say it's not just from a faith-based angle. It's just from a human experience angle. It's what perspective you're looking at.
Three of you, do you think that Malik was actually at first a bad guy, or just doing what he had to do? You know what I mean? Because it's different ways to look at it. You can come at it from two different perspectives. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Malik has similarities of my life, and again, situations push you into situations.
Yeah.
Like I said, I come from a household of 9 kids. You dig? And so public aid, my father used to have to hide up under the porch when the public aid people come ring your bell, and you sit on the couch and they test your teeth and lift your shirt up, make sure you ain't got no whips on you and that sort of thing. And that was like traumatizing. When I became a teenager, I'm like, well, I'm gonna help my mom. You had movies like The Mac. You had movies like Superfly. You sell this kilo right here, you can get your family out the hood. And that impressed me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, this is the only game that left me to play.
Right.
You dig? In the 70s, you're either gonna be an entertainer or you're gonna be an athlete or a drug dealer. One of the three.
Key thing he just said, in the 70s.
Yeah, in the 70s. That's the era I grew up in. And so again, by the time I became a chief in the 90s, I was in the penitentiary. You dig what I'm saying? And Mr. Hoover came along with a message of Century 21 saying there wasn't going to be no more gang banging on each other. You dig what I'm saying? We're going to be all one family. And what the government did, they threw them in a super maximum prison to silence them. And I became an ambassador for that message. And it wasn't long before I found myself in a super maximum prison to silence me.
So speak to that for a second, because people like to say, Larry Hoover is just some gangster criminal who just needs to be locked away. But people that actually know him and his story feel like he's a political prisoner.
Absolutely. I mean, again, the man is almost 80-something, you know what I'm saying? But every time he come up for parole, they show a picture of him being 26. And, it's a fear factor. Politics move on fear. You know what I'm saying? Trump doing the same thing right now. Fear. You dig what I'm saying? If Mr. Hoover was home right now, a whole lot of things would cease and desist.
Yeah.
Because people still give reverence to his name and his word. And so again, you have Jeff Fort, same way. Political prisoners, this guy gonna free the Bitcoin people, you know what I'm saying, who embezzle hundreds of millions of dollars. He let them out of prison, but somebody, you understand me, who actually hadn't hurt nobody in almost 30 years, still holding them hostage.
How difficult is that though, right? Because when you on the streets, when you're in the streets, you got your soldiers, you know what I mean, people that look up to you to lead them in the street life, right? And then when you're thrown in prison and now you're preaching the total opposite of that. The pressures of it is like, do we follow you still? But this is what we was doing out here. Like, how you going? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are the pressures like being and share your experience, even when you were incarcerated? Like, was that any type of pressure being in there leading the total opposite of what you was thrown in there for?
To be honest with you, I had several attempts on my life. This guy right across my throat.
Yes, sir.
Because again, I wasn't with the homosexuality. You need raping young brothers. I wasn't with that move, And so again, an attempt was made on my life because you had older guys who had been there and they're going to be there. And they say, well, listen, these are their wives and etc. And so again, I did go through a bit of trepidation about, you know what I'm saying, because I put my guns down with the opposition put their guns down. So I took counsel with my father. And he told me, it don't take no courage to blend into the crowd. It takes courage to stand out from the crowd. And so I took that challenge. You know what I'm saying? I met with all the rest of the chiefs in my community and let them know, listen, I'm going on this side of the street, and I pray you will let me do this peacefully. Because again, like I say, redemption, and I can always go back that way as well if my life is threatened, But fortunately, God put a cover over me, and again, I was able to blessed my community with thousands of jobs over the last 19 years that I've been involved with anti-violence.
And you feel that in the movie, though. Like the movie, to me, I don't know if this is what you guys or you intended, but it's almost like like the messaging is like an act of like activism of trying to wake people up on the streets right now and let them know to join exactly what you're talking about. And a lot of times, those type of things are not accepted when we are putting our people together, saying, "Look, y'all got these soldiers, but like if y'all did this instead of this, right?" So what has that pushback been like? Because I know y'all going into theaters and like, what's that?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about that one.
I'm hearing there's some. You got some disturbing news about this movie.
Yeah, listen, let me tell you something.
Let him. I think
the reality of the fact is, the powers that be are trying to suppress this movie as we speak. You had several studios, or should I say theaters, who actually pulled the movie. I have family and friends in various states who contacted me and said, "Man, listen, we can't find the movie. It was there 2 weeks ago, but now it's out of sight."
They pulled it 2 days before the release.
That we made the movie for. We made the movie for the community, and they're actively and aggressively trying to keep the film from the community. It's disgusting, but it's a sign of these times of now.
Well, the truth of the matter is, Cook County has the biggest jail system in the country as far as prison. The Cook County, where they hold you before you actually go to prison. And you have people who made a living off building these buildings, you understand me, to try to, incarcerate the whole mass of a generation. Again, I sat there from 1988 to 2006. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, I didn't change my mind. I had changed my mind, but the judge didn't change my time. You know what I'm saying? And the truth of the matter is, again, my family has been in that community for over 60 years. And so we have roots.
Yeah.
So when we was able to come out with this message, it resonated. It resonated. And I can say, that the people are clamoring for this movie to be put back in the studio.
Yeah. What reasoning did they give? Is it about race? Is it about the religious imagery? Like what is it?
Listen to this. You're going to laugh now. The reason is it wasn't pre-sold enough. Who pre-sells,
that's Marvel.
It's pre-sold enough, and even people that bought up theaters were refunded.
What?
People bought out whole theaters to see the film, and they refunded them. That doesn't even make sense.
No, specifically in Chicago.
In Chicago,
across the country.
Okay,
and especially in Chicago. Tell
Melrose
them about
Park, Cicero. In the urban areas where these particular movies are, these theaters are, because we don't have any theaters on Madison Street no more. They don't have them downtown anymore. You have to go to the outer suburbs to actually see a film. And again, I guess they say they didn't want the African American community, to flood their show like that.
Damn. So money don't even make sense. I mean, box office don't matter no more.
Listen,
that's crazy. That's
but they cry how they care about the communities, right? I'm sorry to say that, but and please let them know how authentic this film is. What does West Side Chicago brothers? What do they think about this film? People that they've seen it.
Listen, I mean, people was crying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mothers, daughters, brothers. Because you can literally see yourself. When people from Chicago saw Madison Street, they could relate to Madison Street. When they saw Central, they can relate to Central. When they saw Shine King, people started cheering, clapping their hands. And this is just a place where you go get shoes shined at. But no one has ever brought the movie genre to the inner West Side. You have people who profess to want change. But again, when you have a reduced change, you have powers that be like, hold it, this might stop our gravy train. People might stop selling drugs the way they was doing. People might stop shooting one another, and we're going to lose some sheriff jobs. I'll give you a perfect example. When I was first taken to the town super maximum prison, on the way there, I'm watching the surroundings. I'm seeing houses that was dilapidated. I'm seeing a horse with a bent back. I'm seeing rusty tractors. But when I left there 8 years later, they had brand new houses, brand new cars, boats in their driveway. Why? Because when the prison come, the gas station come. the bank come, the restaurant come, because black folks gonna come visit their people. You understand me?
Yes.
And so when we shut it down, people was out there literally with their signs, "Don't take our prison away." Madness.
I wonder, Yelena, why you think God showed you Chicago?
You know, that's a good thing. I was on an island of, I was in Greece when that happened. And this is a crazy story because there's so many providential moments in my life and in this story. Let me share this one. I was because I was struggling with the story for a long time, and I was on an island called Evia that one of the, in a monastery, invited to spend the night by this elder who was in Greece, and they wanted to ask me if I can make a film about this other saint. And I said, I never even thought of making a film about saints. I just simply read these stories and they resonated with me. So unless I have something honest in my heart, I can't express it, then I'm the wrong person. So he says, no, just listen to me. Just sit here tonight and pray. I'm like, oh, okay. So I sat there, I put a blanket, it was cold, and because naturally St. Moses was in my mind, because I'm like, why I cannot tell this story in the 4th century? I'm doing it now for 2 years and something is playing with me. Until all of a sudden I see literally in front of me, Chicago, funeral, grandmother. I'm like, is this and then I'm like, well, I have a movie now. So I was super happy by the time I got home. It was in Athens. But then I was like, oh, but how I'm going to tell a story of Chicago? I got to go and meet somebody. Thank God I met this amazing man here that without whom and his brothers and sisters, I wouldn't be able to do this. We were able to really put this together. And so that's how this honestly came about. Somebody might think you're out of it, but I told you the truth. So that's how these things come. And
it's not to cut you up, but it's a beautiful thing. Because Chicago is Chicago, but it's also a microcosm for sort of every hood in the country, right? It could be Memphis, it could be Houston, it could be, you know what I mean? Yeah. Where these situations are happening at a rampant pace, but it's perfect because Chicago is Chicago, sort of the epicenter right now of like gang culture and that.
That's the first place conservatives like to name.
Man, with the quickness.
What about Chicago? Chicago?
Hey, I'm a world traveler, right? And everywhere I go, you know what I'm saying? When you mention Chicago, they glorify the fact of Al Capone. Bang, 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 bang. As if that's gangsterism stopped with Al Capone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, Fo's been around since '67. You did? And we started off again being the Wilcox boys, protecting 4 corners on the west side of Chicago, where Polish and Italians, you remember Martin Luther King came to the west side about unfair housing, because we couldn't move to the west side back in the 60s. And so that's where the Wilcox Boys was formulated, to protect us, our families, from these racist Italians out of Chicago. And it morphed from Wilcox Boys to 4 corners, and then it became Hustlers.
So she prayed for God to show her Chicago, and he showed her O Block. And then she came.
No, west side. This is the west side.
She came to the west side.
Okay, so what block is that?
It's Pulaski Road.
Pulaski Road.
And you know what? And I want to say, can I please say something?
I know now.
Can I say something? Pulaski, South Pulaski Road, right?
No, West Pulaski.
West Pulaski Road. That's a hood. And a lot of people ask me, well, were you? There are people that have these things like, oh, well, are you a little bit afraid to go? And I'm like, first of all, I'm Serbian. I grew up in a hood. That's number one.
I know that's right.
Let's put that out there. So, and I must say that if I say this from my heart, I will literally tear up. So I'm going to try to keep it back. I've never felt more alive than going on the west 262 South Pulaski Road.
That's right, my office.
His office. And working with people of the west side of Chicago. I could never be grateful enough. I'm sorry, guys. I felt alive.
She earned the name Chief, man. We've been calling her Chief all on the set. It did, because again, she was able to give a master class. She took guys who was literally on the corners, selling drugs, guys who was in the rough house trying to rap in the hallway to their peers, you dig what I'm saying? And literally put them in front of the world.
Yeah.
Had enough trust in these guys, put them in front of the world. I mean, there was thespians there, such as Omar. Then she took some rappers and trusted them, you know what I'm saying, to come out the rap personality and become thespians. And these guys encompass these personalities, and I was right there with my foot down, make sure they kept it authentic. For real, for real.
Oh, we getting you some tissue, Yelena.
Yeah, Yelena's our soul sister, and she was the skipper, right? And for those, because there will be those who say, "Oh, this white woman is that." She from the hood. She from a war-torn country, and when you sit and you talk with her, and you discover her intention is coming from the right place, and that ultimate place where that color and all of that doesn't exist, we are. It's the energy.
Yeah,
it's the energy that's really driving us. Really, so we're able to articulate
the same hard ass
and have and create the conversation to piggyback on what Akkeem was just talking about. Is like, nah, she went boots to the ground, you know,
showed up
in the mud,
showed up,
and was there and was comfortable because the people could feel that energy.
For real,
you know what I mean? They could feel that energy emanating from her, so everyone felt that it was a safe space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To give and to be vulnerable and to expose those parts of themselves.
Right. You said you never felt more alive, Yelena. Like I want to hear more about that, because a lot of times people talk about places, they talk about people they never talked to.
Yeah.
So you actually went there and spoke to these individuals. What made you feel so alive?
There's so much love. There's so much humility, and maybe there's a lot of distraction. And I always say, like, sometimes I have both of my boys there in sports, and any serious athlete will tell you that you're as good as your worst day. So if people want to see what their souls look like, they can go visit those inner cities.
Ooh. She cold with it. I promise you. I mean, again, another thing that impressed me about her.
And the heart, you'll feel alive. I mean, maybe because I love God. I'm a believer. For sure. I like the connection. People have faith there because that's all they have. And I know what it means to have only faith, and that's how to live by. And I don't consider that a curse. I consider that a gift. Because when we are weak, we are strong. And this is, I feel, where we connected. And people opened up, and they gave me so much love and trusted me. And that gave me courage, because we did not have all the funds. We did not have Wiz Khalifa. We did not have 50 Cent, Omar Epps. There was nobody there.
Deontay Wilder.
Nobody. We were just thinking there was going to be maybe one of the rappers going to rap these lines. And little by little, things were happening. And it was beautiful to see how this... And then I couldn't let the community moments when it looked like it was not going to happen, but I just gave it all to just do the justice to these beautiful people. They've reminded me that it's those moments that matter when you feel joyful and alive.
Take that, Dr. Umar. Nah, I'm just joking. Salute to you, brother. Salute to you, brother.
Listen, we're going to have a screening for Moses the Black. Eddie, set it up. I see it showing at one of the AMC theaters, AMC Empire 25 in New York. Call them. That's what we be using. I'm going to buy out a theater for Moses the Black.
Thank you, brother.
That's done.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us. You're giving us a platform. That's wonderful.
Akkeem Berry Sr., Yelena Popovic, Omar Epps, man. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you, Charlamagne. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's the Breakfast Club.
Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Your talk, LL Cool, babe.
Yeah, I'm not dumbing myself down. I'm being myself.
That source is true.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything and everything.
Little brown girls look at you and go, I want to be like you.
Take me through that, take me through that.
The latest with Loren
Take me
LoRosa
through that, take me through that.
on the Breakfast Club.
LL Cool, babe.
Talk to me.
All right, y'all. So going back to the Grammys really quickly, because we got to make sure we talk about Lauryn Hill and the tribute that she did to D'Angelo and to Miss Roberta Flack. Now, Lauryn Hill opened up the in memoriam with her tribute to D'Angelo.
I loved it.
Sound good.
Go ahead,
what I
Jess.
love. I mean, I know you got some more. You got more audios for that tribute.
Yes,
Okay,
we're gonna
all
go into
right,
it.
my bad.
But so from what I was told, what I was told is that Lauryn Hill actually curated the tribute herself, like personally. I saw Leon Thomas on the carpet talking about the fact that she actually called him because he was a part of the tribute. But Michael, D'Angelo's son, who actually went to the Grammys, he told me that Miss Lauryn Hill reached out to him to even come and watch the rehearsal the day before, but he got in too late, so he missed it. So she was making sure personally she took her time to make sure people were involved and saw different things. Lucky Day actually was one of the people involved as well too. He did a cover of Brown Sugar. And then you have
look.
Go ahead.
Singing along. Go ahead.
Then you have Raphael Sadiq, Anthony Hamilton, who did Lady, and Leon Thomas came in with Devil's Pie.
Who y'all said that was? Leon Thomas?
Leon Thomas.
Yeah, Leon Thomas.
And Bilal killed.
Yes.
I know it's not a competition, and shout out to everybody.
Oh,
who's
no,
a part
baby,
of
Jess, yes,
the
yes.
D'Angelo tribute, but Bilal and Leon Thomas killed it.
Bilal sound like how I think I sound when I'm singing that song.
You never thought you sounded like that.
You never sound like that.
Are you dumb?
No, man, go ahead.
Yeah. And then they, of course, they honored Roberta Flack as well. And the big surprise of the night was when Wyclef came out to join Lauryn Hill.
She did the famous breakdown with the whoa, like she hit that.
She did that part? That's dope.
Why is it a surprise when Wyclef come out? It's just a surprise people if Prize comes out. Like, what you doing here? What are you doing?
Prize is in prison.
There's a lot of reasons why he shouldn't be there, and that would be a surprise.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Wyclef did.
I think people just love to see them together. I know Michael was telling me about like his experience at the show, and he was saying that when Wyclef came out, he lost it. Like it was just a good moment to see. And people were wondering if Angie Stone would be honored as well too. They did make sure they had Angie Stone on the screen as well. I also saw Irv Gotti and Malcolm Jamal Warner. So it was a great in memoriam. I know. Sad to have lost all those people, but they honored them very well.
Yeah, they
in
did.
that moment.
Shout out to October London. He did the Roberta Flack. He was a part of the Roberta Flack tribute.
That's dope.
Yes, and John Baptiste was a part of the D'Angelo one as well. He was on the keys too.
So was John Legend, right?
Yeah, John Legend was a part of it as well. Yes, there was a lot of names. But yeah, so I mean, we don't have time for much in this hour. And the next latest, we're going to get into that Shakur Stevenson fight and the hair falling off and all the things.
We don't need you to talk sports.
We're gonna
have
go
more from the Grammys.
I do have more from the Grammys before. No. Because let me tell you something. You don't have to be a avid, like, I love boxing person to watch a boxing match and want to mention and shout out somebody for winning and somebody for hair falling off.
Touchdown, right?
All
Touchdown. Yes.
Shut up, Envy. Shut up.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm wrapping up the Grammy stuff this hour, and I did want to take time to salute Tank and Brian Michael Cox because I attended a pre-Grammy brunch that Brian Michael Cox does every year. They raised $50,000 in less than 4 minutes for HBCU students at HBCU week. That was like fire to see, like in the room,
that is dope.
On the moment.
Drop a bomb for them. That's dope.
Yes, I posted that audio to the Brown Girl Grinding and the Breakfast Club Instagram, so you guys can go take a look at that. It's there as well, and we'll be talking more about it on the latest with Loren LoRosa, the podcast. I interviewed them and John B as well, and a couple people that were there about the moment. So
and make sure you get that money, Tank, because niggas be lying.
They
be in the moment. They be in the moment and want to look good, and
then you can't get it. Yeah, it happens all the time.
Make sure.
And let me salute to Trevor Noah. I mixed up Trevor Noah
I was gonna
and
help you out
Don
with
Lemon that last hour, and I would never want to do that to my guy Trevor Nova. He had me on his show, Trevor Nova. I apologize.
Not Trevor Nova. First you thought
I said
he was
Trevor
gay.
Noah.
First you said he was gay. Then now you
That's
saying
what I
Trevor
didn't
Nova.
understand. I'm like, where did you get that from? And you stood on it.
No, because I was thinking Don Lemon because she was talking Don Lemon as well, and Nicki's been going back and forth.
Yeah, because
I didn't hear her talk about Don Lemon.
I was thinking because Nicki Minaj has been going back and forth with Don Lemon.
Don Lemon was viral too at the Grammys because he got a standing ovation at Clive Davis's Grammy party, and Envy saw that video, and I think it just kind of
I mixed them two up. My bad, Trevor. I ain't want to do that to you,
Too
brother.
late.
But
we got new,
I can't wait to see who he mixed you up with.
Anyway, speaking of gay, shout out to Duran Bernard for winning the Grammy, bringing his parents on stage and giving that dramatic speech. But he's himself. I love him so much. That made me so happy to see that. So shout out to Duran Bernard.
All right.
Nobody could accept that like him.
Nobody. I love him. I love him so much.
All right. Speaking of gay, Charlamagne, who you giving that donkey to?
Man, I need all the unserious journalists, all the unserious people who just ran with the Pusha T, Eminem, and Jay-Z or in the Epstein file story. I need y'all to come to the front of the congregation. We like to have a word with y'all, even though me doing this ain't going to change y'all minds anyway, because nobody cares about the truth and the lies more entertaining. But,
correct.
You know, I still want to put it out there.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Made it. This is a miracle.
There is no question that there are problems in this country between police and community.
Yes, you are a donkey.
The latest on that police killing of a black man.
Now to new developments in the deadly spa shooting rampage.
And yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
And so we are in a state of emergency.
Okay, white supremacist violence is and always has been the number one threat to our society.
But I'm also very proud that my wife is white.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
All right, Charlamagne, please tell me, why was I your donkey of the day?
Well, donkey of the day for Monday, February 2nd. Second day of Black History Month goes to all the unserious journalists, all the unserious people, period, who just ran with the Pusha T, Eminem, and Jay-Z are in the Epstein file story. Yes, we are going to talk about that this morning because I don't understand. And I would love to get some understanding, okay? If you haven't heard, this weekend, the DOJ published millions of pages, videos, and images from its Epstein investigation under the Epstein Files Transparency Act. I believe they said it was roughly 3.5 million records. By the way, whenever something about the Epstein files comes out, it never fails that President Donald Trump does something ridiculous. Okay. This past Friday, independent journalists Don Lemon and Georgia Fort were arrested by federal agents in Minnesota. They were accused of conspiracy and violating the First Amendment rights of worshipers during an anti-ICE protest at a city's church in St. Paul. Both of them were released on bond following their initial court appearance. And President Trump said former President Barack Obama should be arrested. Okay, there's a direct correlation between Epstein files being released and President Donald Trump doing or saying something crazy to deflect. Okay, it just is. Now, there are all types of things in these files. First of all, massive privacy failure because 43 survivors of Epstein's abuse were published without redaction. You got addresses, driver license photos. So now these people are getting harassed online. It's nasty. Okay, then there was evidence suggesting a wider trafficking network. Okay, they got newly disclosed material that suggests Epstein may have trafficked girls to other wealthy, powerful men, contradicting earlier DOJ claims that there was insufficient evidence to pursue others. You also saw in the files a lot of communication with high-profile individuals, a lot of emails and communications back and forth between Epstein and many wealthy, powerful people, okay? But I have to say, the presence of names does not necessarily imply wrongdoing, all right? Elon Musk, Bill Gates, bunch of politicians from the UK. Now, I know people are wondering what is going to come of all this, and the answer is probably nothing. Legally, anyway. I mean, the DOJ Deputy AG Todd Blanche said the files do not currently provide enough credible prosecutable evidence to bring new charges against other figures. I would say, well, if you take out all the credible prosecutable evidence before you release the files, of course they don't have enough credible prosecutable evidence, okay? But I want to get to the Pusha T, Jay-Z, Eminem of it all because that's what went crazy on my algorithm. And I have questions. I have one question. There's one question for the room. What do niggas hate more? Reading or accountability? What y'all think?
Accountability.
Reading. I think reading too. Okay. I think reading as well. Okay. I don't understand why y'all are so quick to want to tear our own down without doing just a little bit of research. Okay. By the way, I saw way more headlines about Pusha T and Jay-Z than I did Eminem, but that's not surprising because we love tearing our own down. Even though when you're talking hip hop, Eminem is one of us. Okay. But I don't even like the headlines I saw of him. All right. Connecting Pusha T, Jay-Z, and Eminem to something like the Epstein files. Come on, man. Okay. Listen, for everyone who may not know, let me explain to you. Mentions of these artists didn't come from Epstein's personal records. They didn't come from reports supported by law enforcement. Okay, these stories came from a crisis intake report, a public hotline submission, a tip that some random person called in from 2019. They aren't backed by court findings, indictments, confirmed evidence. And if you actually read the stories, they just simply don't make any sense. Okay, what the hell would Jay-Z be doing with Harvey Weinstein and Attorney General William Barr in 1996? That was the year his first album came out. Do you really think Pusha T in 2007 was hanging around Harvey Weinstein and was one of the victim's handlers? In the Eminem story, the woman describes how she weighs 300 pounds. So a video of her would be easy to find. This is her words, not mine. She says this in the report. She weighs 300 pounds, so a video of her would be easy to find. And in the Eminem story, she said when she woke up, she saw someone recording with a phone, and she thinks it was Diddy. Okay? All right? Once again, these are public hotline submissions. Not nothing within the file. These are public hotline submissions. The tips itself don't imply these individuals were investigated, okay? Nor does it in any way imply guilt for any of these accusations. The DOJ literally said some of the accusations posed could be fake or falsely submitted. By the way, anyone who actually took the time to read any of these stories would know that. Now, I don't have a problem with people reporting this. I just don't understand how y'all don't report this with proper context. All you outlets know that people don't read past headlines. So if you put Pusha T, Jay-Z, Eminem in the Epstein files, everybody is going to run with it. And I just be having to sit back and think, do we realize how much we are getting played, okay? Whenever the powers that be want to deflect from what they got going on, they will always throw meat to the blacks. Okay, because they know nobody controls the algorithm like black people. All right, why do you think they like utilizing black influencers, black rappers, black artists? Because nobody controls the algorithm like we do. Nobody gets people going like us. Oh, Epstein files coming out. Okay, put out some of the stuff from the DOJ tip line. There's some big names in there, and it will be good this weekend because Pusha T is nominated for all types of awards at the Grammys this year. And people on social media, by people, I mean Drake fan pages, will have a field day with this, and they will talk about this so much that it will keep us out of the algorithm. Do we not understand how black culture is being used to protect the agendas of the elite? Okay, Epstein files come out Friday. Don Lemon and Georgia Fort. Black journalists get arrested. President Obama gets threatened with jail time. And just for a little razzle-dazzle, Jay-Z, Pusha T, Eminem, and the Epstein files. All to get your algorithm focused off the relationship between Jeffrey Epstein and some of the most powerful people in this world. And sadly, it worked. But listen, when you're black and successful, it comes with the territory. And as my therapist tells me often, you can't have your success without the problems that come with it. And sadly, unserious journalism is one of those problems. Please give all these unserious journalists who just ran with the Pusha T, Eminem, Jay-Z's, and the Epstein file story the biggest hee-haw.
All right.
And I know I said all that for nothing because nobody cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining.
Which I saw in a lot of the comments on all those blogs who posted that. So Charlamagne, the people they with you because they was like so they was quoting them up and down all of it.
Makes
up
sense.
and down all them comments.
All right.
Well, I wrote that in my first book. Nobody cares about it. I wrote about why nobody cares about the truth and the lies more entertaining. Yes, and I've been saying that for well over a decade.
Yeah, decades.
And sadly, it just gets worse and worse.
It ages well.
I thought it would have slowed down from 2014, 2015. It's just gotten worse and worse
People
and
are getting
worse
paid
and
for
worse.
it.
Yeah, still
People are getting paid
aging
for
well.
it now. So that's what makes it worse. They weren't getting paid for it. It wouldn't matter. There's no consequences. But anyway, when we come back, Jarrell Miller will be joining us. If you don't know who that is, I'm
Big
sure
Baby?
Yes, Big Baby gonna join us.
Big Baby, don't you come here with no goddamn hairpiece. Let me go check and make
Now,
sure he
Big
ain't got no
Baby
hair.
is the boxer that fought over the weekend. It went viral. His hairpiece flew off.
He coming up here in a few minutes?
Yes, we're gonna talk to
I
Big
know
Baby.
that's right. Bring his ass in here.
Charlamagne went to go see if he got his hairpiece on this morning. We
Lauren,
gonna
did
talk
you
to
leave
Big
some
Baby.
glue
Hold on.
behind?
He not here yet.
Cause I know.
What you mean?
Okay.
They said he not here yet.
He's in the green room. They said he coming out. No, he's out.
Oh, yeah?
He's in the green room.
I just want to know if he got his hairpiece on. Don't you come in here with no goddamn hairpiece, Big Baby.
Bro, we gonna
Okay,
talk.
don't you do that to me
He
this
coming
morning.
at. He not gonna come with it on. He know he
He
coming
can still
to the
fight.
breakfast.
Just watch him out for a little bit. Yeah, he's the boxer. Just be careful. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building. He just won this week in the Madison Square Garden. He's 27 and won 2 draws. Ladies and gentlemen, from Brooklyn, New York, he has his Timbs on today.
You know it.
Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Welcome, brother.
What's up?
Nice to see you, man.
Thanks for having me.
What the hell were you thinking? What the hell were you thinking?
Congratulations,
Well, congratulations. I'm sorry. Yes, congratulations.
Warm up yet? I ain't gonna call you.
I'm watching the fight live. I'm literally watching. I'm watching the fight live.
Yes.
And as I'm watching, I'm like, man, I must be high. This edible kicking in because it looked like Big Baby's head is moving. I'm like,
I was high too. I don't know what I was thinking, but I said, excuse my language. I got roll with it because, man, I always had hair. You know what I'm trying to say? It was breaking off really last night. And I blamed it on my mom too. I kind of felt bad about that. I said, you know what? I'm just going to roll with it. So anyway, I always had hair. But, you know, and they put enhancements, all that stuff in there. I'm like, I went to the Spanish spot. Cuba's in Miami. Man, shh. Left it in there. I went to training, washed my hair out. Half of my hair fell out. And I said, okay, I ain't ready to go bald yet. can't pull a Charlamagne just yet. I said, you know
You
what?
got a nice head for a ball,
Yeah,
though.
you do. Like you have.
Oh, don't make me blush
That's
over
'cause
here.
When I first saw the piece come off, I was like, oh, damn, you could have just came like that.
You know what it was? I wasn't ready to do it just yet. And plus, I'm like, you know what? What if it do fall off in the ring? I'm like, man, that might be a good thing. I said, man, it could be 50-50. So I went to my boy. We had to win after. It's so funny. I was getting my ass whipped before that point. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like my trailer, he whooping your ass. I'm like, first, like, yeah, you're not turning up. I said, see the hairpiece. I said, oh yeah, we definitely gotta win this. I can't go back to the block with my head looking like this. I'm gonna get my ass. And I got my butt whooped.
So did they glue it on? Like what?
Well, they didn't sew it to a scalp, Envy. Or when it came off, they glued it on.
It was flapping.
My man said he put the tape, plus he hit me with the roller, like, shh. Like, he thought he was painting the wall. Like, he put the glue and the tape on it. He said it's going to be double reinforcement. I thought we was going to be all right, but, man, my boy Beezer was knocking me upside the head, boy.
Does that get sanctioned by boxers? Is that legal?
What you mean?
Yo, so you want to do, you gotta come, you want to take it off?
Yeah, I was going to say, what's under there now?
You gotta do it, though, because I was just,
Now, don't give me no jabs and nothing. Hey!
You got the George Jefferson. So why can't you take off the...
Bro, honestly, I was saving it for y'all, bro. I was
Big
even
baby.
going to do it. Let's go back a little bit.
That's not going back, big baby.
Big baby, I need you to grow up.
Come on, man.
This is ridiculous.
Listen.
What are you doing?
It's so funny. I'm just real quick. My son woke up this morning. He says, "Daddy, can I see head?" I was like, "For what? It's ugly." He's like, "I like it." And he laid it on my head. I was like, "You know what? He's 5. He's 4 years old." So I was like, "You know what? I can't 3 more days and I'm probably."
So is that real hair?
That's my real hair.
That is real hair.
That's real hair.
That's my real
You
hair.
didn't watch the fight. This was under the wig.
I did, but I didn't know if the whole thing was glued on.
No, I got real hair. Like, I really have hair. So it was just at that moment in time, I was like, man, I don't want to go in there with a bald yet. So I slap the piece on.
You got the perfect head for the bald,
Really?
yo. I'm co-signing it. You got it. Go ahead. Give you permission to bald it out.
I'm with the bald.
Please.
With
Do
the bald.
you fight your barber now? Whoever glued that on, do you go
It's
give
so
him 5
funny,
minutes?
like, he's never given me a cut before. He usually gives my cousin a cut. So I'm gonna call my cousin. Yo, bro, I ain't ready to go bald yet. He's like, yo, my man got the piece. Got the piece.
That's his name. I think he was in my comments. He left me a comment. He was like, I didn't do that.
Yo, my cousin, he can park in the car, so he gonna probably come up and tell you. But I was like, yo, for real? He get the units? He's like, yeah, it's good. Like, slap it over real quick. So I walked up and I was mad happy. I was like, yo, slap it over. I was like, yo, this look kind of fire.
No, it did.
How much he charge you for that? How much he charge you for that, big baby?
Man, like $700 last minute.
No,
you
man. You gotta get $650 back.
Yeah.
Let them keep 50 for labor. Let me ask you a question though. When the hairpiece came off, did it hurt more than any punch you took that night?
It's so funny because I didn't realize it came off, but I felt a draft. Like, I felt like I had like an indoor AC moment. I'm like, nah, I don't think it happened. But then I'm sitting down and my coach is giving me instructions, but he stuttered twice. And that's what gave him. He never stuttered. He was like, he looked up like this, like his eyes went. Really would have came up. I'm gonna look at the jumbotron because the jumbotron gonna have the replay.
Yeah.
So when I went like this,
ridiculous,
and I said, "Oh, they got me." I said, well, we're gonna roll with it. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
And I got up, I tossed it in the crowd. I said, it's time to get back to work. So that was
Did you
it.
feel more exposed when the hair left or when the camera zoomed in? Like when you saw it on the jumbo, you was like, oh.
Yeah, the minute I seen it on the jumbotron, I was like, oh yeah, we fried, we cooked in this one, so might as well, we gotta win this fight now.
Does it bother you that people know you more for the hairpiece than the actual boxing?
You know what? It's for years ago. You know when I met Charlamagne a few years ago, man, they knew me for boxing. You know what I mean? We got a little bit, and I'm always been a funny guy. You know, I'm always gonna make fun of myself. You know, DJ Self is like my god brother. You know what I mean? So
the Self loves you to death.
You know, dealing with him, and you can't be. You know, you gotta know how to roll with the punches.
He was the first one.
Self had one too.
Self was the first one.
DJ Self had one.
Yes, he was the first one.
Come on, man, I know.
He was the first one.
But see, but like being from, like I said, being from New York, even being from New Jersey, New York, we all grew up just cutting on each other. Of course. So if you can't take somebody cutting on you, that's what made me good in boxing. Like I could roast you and we could crack a body to wrong. You know what I'm trying to say? So I've always been able to roast myself. That's why it's all for people to get at me in school. Plus I was always fighting too. So anyway, I beat up all my bullies after they bullied me. But that always made me tough skin, and God made me this way, the way I am right now.
Yeah,
I thank God for that. You know what I mean? Because I can laugh it off. And plus, like I said, man, I can still take your girl with this hair.
Is the hairpiece regulation approved by the boxing commission?
You know what? It's not regulated or approved per se, but I know you go pre-fight inspections, and they check you for your body parts, and make sure everything is good or whatever. And I was like, yo, I was thinking about, what if he canceled the fight because I got this piece on? I'm like, you ain't gonna know. And he touched it real quick, and he kept it moving. I was like, all right, we good. Let's go. We gonna ride out.
They check your head.
What happened is they just check your scalp. They squeeze your head, make sure you got no fractures in your jaw, nothing like that. And of course, they don't really want like long hair with things, whipping in the air and all that. So he just touched my scalp.
So should fighters start listing hair pieces with mouth guards and cups during inspections?
Man, I think it's definitely gonna be a thing now because I definitely brought light to it. So I hope I didn't hurt it for nobody else, but. Damn.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. You look in much better shape today than you did in the ring to me.
Yeah,
and I knew you was 317, but I'm just like, you actually look fit. You didn't look fit Saturday.
No. I feel like what happened. I gotta get like a bigger cup. Anytime I get like that kind of cup, it pushes my butt. But like I'm pretty solid, man. I'm not like a 317 sloppy guy, but I don't know, man. Maybe I had the cheeseburger and put some more muscle on.
Listen, the commentators was playing you throughout the whole fight because they kept saying, this is such a sloppy fight. And I'm like, what they really wanted to say was, this is a fat fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when the hair came off, they was like, he won by a hair, this and that. But you do look in much better shape now.
You know what it is? I'm going to tell you something, man. If you watch my last fight with Andy Ruiz, I won that fight and he gave me a draw in that fight in his hometown. And I'm a very fast guy on my feet. I throw a lot of punches, 70, 80 punches around. But the year and a half layoff is what really hurt me in this fight, and I'm fighting a guy that's my height, 280, ex-football player. Any of these damn Nigerians, they so damn strong. Like I said, I'm gonna be fine. I get him, bro. He was ready for me. Anybody know they fight Big Baby, they come prepared. So I had about 28, 29 days notice to really get ready for this fight. So I was not 100 my best. So thank God I got the win. We back to work. He got a cauliflower wall. He punched me up in the air a couple times. My ass swelled up. Got to get that stitched up. And so, like I said, the main thing was get the win. We got some notoriety, back on the map, get back in the gym, back to focus, back to the ground.
Do you feel like you missed your moment because you were supposed to be the guy who fought Anthony Joshua's first fight here in America?
Correct.
Andy Ruiz ended up winning that fight. You did beat Andy Ruiz. Do you feel like you missed your star-making moment?
I mean, you know what? I beat myself many times over the years because of that. You know what I mean? And it's so funny. One of my boys, God rest his soul, he was doing 18 years in a joint. And he said, bro, you didn't commit no crime. You didn't kill nobody. It's like you lost your, go make it re-up again. You go back to the block and start over. Because what happened is, I beat myself because of social media and other people. But in life, I know that I'm in a better position than somebody else. So I got another day to make it, another day to make it happen. I got to pray to God, stay grounded, and stay focused. And yes, I did have missed that opportunity, but I'm still alive. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's plenty of superstars and stars that had to reborn and restart over 30. Mike went to jail on that situation he had years ago. Muhammad Ali had to go to Canada and stay away from his career for 2-3 years. And I'm trying to say, so I said, you know what? Maybe this is my time to reset and figure things out. I went through a divorce after that. I lost my mansion in Jersey, got rid of a couple cars. Like, I went through the gutter. But I really figured out at that time, like, my publicist, like my big sister Alvina, she been with me from the beginning. So it's like a lot of people have been riding with me when I had nothing again. They around right now. So we gonna get to the top.
Because you had tested positive for the performance enhancer, right?
Man, it was let me tell you something, a $15 penis pill from the Arab store was
shut the
I swear to God on everything I love, bro. Let me tell you something.
Baby be doing anything.
I be wilding out, but I be telling you. Yo.
That what it was before.
Danny.
I took this. He got the notice shortly. He said I took
they can't hear you.
They can't hear you. You got a gas station pill?
Yeah. So
It's very humble, and I've been with him 16 years. He told them prior to the fight, I got the confirmation. I did take this. I just want y'all to know I took this. It was like 0. in his blood that Vada came after with that, which we understand. But he has not lied. He is not a liar. As you can say, he is very humble and kind. He's lovable. He was not a liar, and that is what happened. At least he didn't. At least he said it. I wouldn't have said it. That's embarrassing. But as you can see, this is Big Baby, and that's why he's an inspiration because of his transparency. Thank you.
What the hell did you need penis pills for? You was only in your 20s. You only 30.
You were trying to tear something
up.
You were trying to tear something up.
So let me say something, man. So we had a couple things in the town, and we was running wild. I said, yo, it's right before camp about to start. I said, let me go get one in real quick. Well, about 4 in, really. But, when the Arab spot had the black ant, that black ant was pretty crazy back then. It's before the honey pack was really, pick it up. Man, I popped tuna.
That's what the rhinoceros on the thing.
No, that's the Rhino 1000 you talking about. We talking about the black ant.
Oh, the black ant. The black ant.
Black ant don't give you headaches. See, the rhino give you some headaches.
Okay.
The black ant, now that's going. You ready to rock and roll? You know what I'm trying to say? You got to stay hydrated with that. Yeah, I mean, what happened, bro? Listen, man. Like I said. It's so funny because we sign contracts now with these drug testing companies where we can't bash them and stuff now. It's so funny they say that. But the thing is, no, why would you do that? Because they made a lot of mess ups before for other fighters in the past. And fighters are suing them now. You know what I mean? And the main person who started VADA, name was Victor Conti. And he was the biggest dope doctor in all the MLB health football players. So it's a lot of shady gray area with these drug testing companies, right? And let me tell you something. The level of what they find in my system was like 0.00001 of a nanogram. You know what a nanogram is? It's like a gram of a gram. Like it's just. I'm like, yo, bro, who the hell can test for this? How can I know it's even in my system? We go to a party in New York all the time. We go hang out. Somebody could touch your drink and you rub your nose. There's something in your system. So it's a lot of BS. And I lost a lot of money because
you wasn't even supposed to be getting no cheeks before the fight.
He said before training camp. Before training camp.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I go like a week before a fight, man. I need some booty, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Pause.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah. I need some.
So I want to go back. You got another question about this? How did you get into boxing? Being from Brooklyn, what got you into kickboxing?
Oh my goodness! I actually was paying to tell you the truth.
Salute to Big Baby Miller for joining us this morning, man.
He's hilarious.
Man.
I like his personality though. He's like he cool with it.
Yeah, but that's why I said this moment was good for him because people get to see his personality now. Yeah. But the next fight they got to see his hands because it wasn't a good showing for him. Correct. On Saturday, he didn't look good in the ring.
You seen him in better shape than that? So that's my first time.
Yeah, I've seen him in better shape than that, but I'm just talking about I've seen him fight better than that as well.
But like you said, he only had 3 weeks to prepare, so he need a little to what do you say, dust the rust off.
I didn't even know that you can have last minute, like you can take last minute fights like that. I thought you had to have a certain period of time where you have to spar, or train first before you get in the ring.
Okay. Well, he does have an amazing story, man. So you can go watch the full conversation on Netflix.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren becoming a straight fact.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me. Brought to you by Top Dog Law.
Oh, hell no. What the hell is that? We not doing that.
What the hell was that?
That was crazy. What the hell?
Yeah, nah.
That was crazy.
Mad crazy.
Now they ain't even warn us about that now.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy.
Top Dog Law, we appreciate you advertising on the Breakfast Club, but that was ridiculous.
Nah, that's insane.
I mean, goddamn.
Wake you up in the morning, huh?
What the hell?
Right. All right. Yeah. So
I don't even want to do this no more.
No,
anything on this show.
Come on. All right. So I know y'all just talked to Jarrell, Big Baby Miller. Just real quick, wanted to send, because we mentioned it in the last hour, congratulations to Shakur Stevenson. Before we move into the other news. Shut up. Now, moving on in other news, another really quick mention that I wanted to make sure we got in today. So Snoop Dogg yesterday posted sending love to his daughter, and so did his son, because his daughter lost her baby girl.
Man.
Yes. So Snoop Dogg's daughter, her name is Corey. She'd been taking us on this journey of her having her baby girl, Cody, and her baby girl was born prematurely. Cody had came home from the NICU and everything, and then Corey posted that she lost her daughter. She said, Monday, I lost the love of my life, my Cody. And, Corey's brother also posted as well, too, just in support, like, saying, little sis, we got you. So sending them some love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's horrible, man.
Yeah, definitely. Rest in peace.
And sending healing energy to
the whole family.
Whole Brodus family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, in other news, a quick little Grammy thing here. So President Trump. So we've been talking a lot about Trevor Noah's jokes all night long, and he threw a joke, another joke, because there were a few Trump jokes, Trump's way. Let's take a listen to Trevor Noah talk about Greenland.
Song of the Year. Congratulations, Billie Eilish. Wow. That is a Grammy that every artist wants, almost as much as Trump wants Greenland. Which makes sense. I mean, because Epstein's island is gone, he needs a new one to hang out with Bill Clinton. So, I told you it's my last year. What are you going to do about it?
Stop playing with Trevor.
Listen, President Trump was not too happy about that, so he went to Truth Social, his platform, and it's a full response, but I just grabbed the part of it where he says that Trevor Noah is a total loser. He better get his facts straight and get them straight fast because he's going to sue him. Trump says that he's going to be sending his lawyers to sue his poor, pathetic, talentless of an MC. He's going to be asking for plenty money. And he says, ask CBS what happened, ask George what happened. He's talking about that prior lawsuit that he had. And he says he's going to have some fun with Trevor Noah.
Well, I would say that's a waste of time, Trump, if he's suing Trevor Noah directly. If he's going to sue Trevor Noah, the Grammys and the network that aired it. Who aired that last night?
CBS.
Dang, he done shook CBS down.
Wow,
How much more can you shake them down, Trump?
Right.
You done, that's your network now. That's your new Fox News. How much more can he shake them down? But yeah, ain't no money in just suing Trevor by himself. Like, stay suing the networks, stay suing the IRS and federal institutions, because clearly Trump got a goal he's trying to reach. Man, he got his own GoFundMe going on.
Mm-hmm. Right. And this is actually the Grammys last year on CBS, and Trevor Noah made it very clear this is last year doing the show when he
Yeah,
goes to Trump.
he
Might as
ain't
well. Yeah,
but
that's why
it ain't your last year flying, Trevor. You're going to have some problems at every airport around the country from here on for at least the next 3 years.
I actually love Trevor as a host. I think he kills it.
Now you love him. You called the man
Now
gay
you love
in the
Trevor
first
Noah.
hour. In the first hour, you literally said the man was gay.
Now
That's
you
what you
love
literally said in the
Trevor
first
Noah.
hour. First hour, you said, I thought everybody knew.
Trevor for Don Lemon. That's why.
Which
My
is
bad.
crazy.
That is even more
Which is crazy. All y'all beige individuals supposed to stick together.
You're right.
Okay?
You're right. My bad, Trevor.
Think
My
about
bad,
Don
Don.
Lemon. Why the hell you think about Don Lemon?
Because he was talking about Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj been throwing darts at Don all week. My
It's
bad.
okay, and
My
I put
light-skinned
it up for
brother.
you first hour. Just stop.
Salute to my
all right?
light-skinned brethren.
Yes.
Appreciate y'all.
Now, real quick too, I want to mention, and I feel like because this is Cardi B's first time back on SNL since like 2018, 2019, and I didn't really see it a lot of places because I feel like the Grammys kind of took over. But Cardi B was on SNL. She was a musical guest. Pete Davidson also had a performance with an SNL or a pop-up performance as well too. So I wanted to salute them. And a lot of people pointed out the fact that she did Airtime in Bodega Baddie, but people loved the Bodega Baddie performance. Just pointing out the fact of the times, and she brought Dominican recording artist El Prodigio. I probably said that wrong. On stage as well too, which was a big deal as well. And they talked a bit about Ice in one of the skits that Pete Davidson did. I don't have time to play it, but
why not play it? I didn't know Pete did SNL this weekend. Let's play it.
Let's take a listen to Pete Davidson talk about Ice.
My name is Tom Homan. Now, who could tell me why we're here in Minneapolis?
This could be wrong, but Army?
Close. We're here to detain and deport illegal immigrants who have committed crimes.
That is literally the first I'm hearing of that.
Well, it shouldn't be. Remember, the job ultimately is about keeping America safe from what?
This could be wrong, but Don Lemon?
That is wrong. Yes. It's criminals. Let's recap. What have we learned today?
This could be wrong, but that you hired a bunch of angry, aggressive guys, gave us guns, and didn't train us, so this is maybe what you wanted to happen?
Oh, come on, man. Don't start thinking now.
Salute to Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
Drop a
Yeah.
Pete Davidson. Pete has a original
Netflix show.
an original podcast on Netflix. It's a vodcast. I don't know why they keep calling it podcast, but it's a vodcast on Netflix. I'm going to be on the episode this Friday with him.
So vodcast is just what, video podcast?
Yeah, it's this video.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
it's
and
not-
y'all are hanging out in the garage, right?
Yeah, that's actually Pete's real garage.
Dope.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I saw him talk about it on, I think it was Kimmel. He said that he just sets it up in his real garage with his real
Yep.
cigarette butts, and y'all just come over and hang out.
Yeah, the first episode
Amazing.
came out last week, I believe. Machine Gun Kelly's on the first episode, and I'm on the next one.
Okay.
Super cool.
Right.
Listen, y'all, couple alerts.
Yes.
Comedian Lunel is with Albie Shore. Did y'all know that? I bet y'all didn't.
Yes, we did. You like 2 or 3
Wait,
weeks
what?
late. You
Jess,
so late.
you said couple alert. I thought you was talking about the last story. I printed some pictures for y'all. Turn the picture over that I
What is
printed.
it?
Turn it over.
Comedian Lunel. Oh, no, that's not Lunel. That's Drewski.
Yes.
With a white woman?
Drewski got
That's
who is
Drewski
that?
with a new slip and slide.
That's
his
Drewski new
publicist.
boo. No, that's
What if
his
that's
new
his
boo.
publicist?
It's not. I confirmed it last night. I got some MSG sources that Drewski is dating. This is Sky Bree. She used to date Jake Paul, and she used to date Aiden Ross. They're dating. I was told that they were very flirty last night. They courtside. That's an expensive date. So he's obviously You know what I mean?
Yeah,
All right,
Knicks,
well,
Knicks were playing Lakers last night. Yeah,
Yeah, they were playing.
Drewski.
And
They
congratulations.
Dr. Umar is not gonna like your choice.
I am totally.
Drewski.
crazy-
Dr. Umar is not gonna like your choice in women. Okay.
And they were
Listen.
seated right next to Spike Lee too.
Oh, that's dope. Listen, just because 2 or 3 weeks ago you found out about Lunel and LB Short don't mean it's old.
It was everywhere. It was on Shade Room and
I
all
ain't
that
seen none
stuff.
of that.
What are you talking about?
Damn, well, for the people who didn't
You think
know,
Lunel and Albie Show wouldn't be
Aunt
on
Lunel is with LB Short.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Lauren.
Jesus.
Let's get to the mix. It's all
Wait.
about the Grammys. We got to go.
I gotta let the people know that the latest is sponsored by Top Gun.
There we
go.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's Black History Month. Charlotte, what we doing?
Well, you know, every day during Black History Month, my guy B. Dot puts out a podcast called I Didn't Know, Maybe You Didn't Either. You can go subscribe to it right now on the Black Effect Podcast Network. But today, B. Dot is exposing the racist science that was baked into modern schools testing for black students. Check it out.
The bananas weren't the problem. Welcome back, know-it-alls, to another episode of the most anticipated podcast in the month of February on the Black Effect Podcast Network, entitled, I Didn't Know. Maybe You Didn't Either. I'm your host, B. Dot. And we'll kick off today's episode with 3 of the most useless facts you'll never need, never, not a day in life. Your first useless fact. Modern standardized testing comes directly from U.S. Army IQ tests that were created by eugenicists. And those are people that believe certain races were genetically superior. Your second useless fact. It was a black scholar named Horace Mann Bond. And he dismantled those tests in the 1920s by proving that poor white kids in Arkansas, they scored low on them tests than black kids in urban areas. How was that? And your third useless fact, by the 1930s, it was some schools claiming that bananas caused kids to fail intelligence tests. And guess which kids? Like, did you know that schools was blaming bananas for low IQ scores in the 1930s? Because I didn't.
I didn't know, maybe you didn't. I didn't know. I didn't know, maybe you didn't. I didn't know. I didn't know, maybe you didn't. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know.
So let me tell you a story about the time America looked at black children, watched them struggle on tests designed to confuse the hell out of them, and said,
must be the bananas.
And I'm not exaggerating. Stay with me now. In 1916, a group of psychologists led by Robert M. Yerkes, he was the president of the American Psychological Association. It created the Army Alpha and Beta tests. Now, these tests were specifically designed to measure the intelligence of military recruits and help the Army distinguish those of superior mental ability from those who were mentally inferior. And those are their words, not mine. But here's the thing, the test wasn't measuring what they knew. It was measuring what they'd been exposed to. Questions about brand names, tennis scoring, luxury items, things that poor kids and rural kids and black kids had never seen. Hell, if I ask you to spell Christian Louboutin, or tell me who won the World Cup or the last Masters in order to get a job, you're probably gonna be unemployed as hell. But when the black soldier scored lower, the eugenicist said,
see, there's proof.
Carl Brigham, he was one of Yerkes' team members. He wrote a book in 1923 called A Study of American Intelligence. I looked it up. You can buy it for $25 on Amazon. In that book, he argues that the decline of American intelligence was due to race mixing and immigration. And he used those Army test scores as proof. And then you know what he did? He went on to create the SAT. Now you let that sink in. But there was a black scholar who saw through it all. Horace Mann Bond. And up until this day, the only Horace that I had ever acknowledged played for the Chicago Bulls alongside Michael Jordan and wore goggles. He had a twin brother. But this black academic decided to fight pseudoscience with actual science. Horace, he studied them test scores, really studied them test scores, and he found something that the eugenicists never wanted anybody to see. See, the poor white kids in Arkansas, they scored lower than the black kids in the urban areas. Then he asked a question that ended careers.
All the exponents of intelligence tests prepare to assert that the white population of Arkansas is inherently and racially inferior to the whites of another section of the country?
Silence. Yeah, hush mouth. It basically showed how absurd and biased them stupid scientific racial arguments are. Because Horace proved what we already knew. Them tests wasn't measuring intelligence. They was measuring access, resources, exposure, familiarity, segregation, and opportunity. And you know what's crazy? Even that goofy man Carl Brigham that invented the SAT eventually admitted it. Years later, he called his own work without foundation. But by then, man, the damage had been done. The tests were in the schools, the policies was in place, the assumptions were baked in. Hell, I think I scored an 860 on my SAT. But Horace Mann Bond, he went on to become the first black president of Lincoln University. He helped the NAACP build a legal case for Brown versus Board of Education, which we will discuss this season. And his son, Julian Bond, became the chairman of the NAACP. The apple didn't fall too far from the tree. And speaking of apples, the bananas weren't the problem. The snacks weren't the problem. The children weren't the problem. The tests were the problem. They always were. And I didn't know. Maybe you didn't either.
It's time to get up out of here. Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
Yes, I do, man. And it is a fantastic quote. It's an oldie but goodie. But I just want to remind y'all. I want to remind y'all of this on this Monday morning. Be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. That is from the great coach John Wooden. Apply that to your life today.
We heard that months ago.
You should have. John Wooden said it. He's the coach for UCLA. He said that years ago. You actually should have heard it decades ago.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?